having the ability to score goals is always fun, and we had a lot of goal scorers. To be #1 in the country is pretty awesome in any category. With 3 double-digit scorers means that we weren't a one-dimensional team. And we were hard to defend, I know. Teams couldn't concentrate just on Colleen, and when they put a little too much emphasis there, they got burned by Ashley and Juliana in particular, and others as well. I think it's important for younger players who are considering UD, who love to play that style of attacking soccer, to know that that's what we're about. It was frustrating for us to start the year with a loss. A game down at Texas that you know, we've replayed numbers of times. We thought we had a chance to win that game, and certainly in overtime we you know, we missed a couple great opportunities. So that was a little disappointing, but we came back well against Texas San Antonio. And then we you know, we came home for a exciting national television game with a really good Boston U team, and really got things rolling from there. You know, so, you know, overall, our Wright State, our local rival, we played very, very well against. So I think that the out-of-conference schedule for us was demanding, but we did pretty well with it. And I think the neatest part about it was to see how much we improved from the beginning to that midpoint when we began the conference. We were rolling pretty well when we started the A10 schedule. We were playing well, we were scoring goals, and everything was going well until we hit a Friday night game over at Butler, and it was just pouring down rain, and you really couldn't play much soccer. And again, that's a game we'd love to have back, but you can't take them back. And then we got on another good roll until we got to the last game here at home, and it was one of those frustrating games. I think we had, as I recall, 35 shots in that game, and about 15 of them on frame, and ended up scoring 1 goal. You got to give a lot of credit to VCU. So, you know, looking back, that was kind of a very frustrating game, and then of course, we go into the league tournament. We have another frustrating game against VCU that way. So you can't take them back. You just, you know, you have to learn from them, and you know, ideally we don't have that situation occur as we move forward with the program. But you know, I think when you create that many opportunities with as many goal scorers as we have, you would have expected better results. Interestingly, sitting in the national final game out in San Diego, and a young lady next to me is probably 7, 8 years old, and her father, and they turn and say, "Oh, Dayton, we saw you guys on television this year." So, you know, it's 3,500 miles away or whatever, they're seeing us. So you know, a lot of people happened to see that game and got to see what our campus was like, our soccer team. That's invaluable. That kind of ability to be in front of people is awesome, and the experience was just tremendous too. The life around that game, the campus, and the buzz that was going on was incredible. And I think we put on quite a good show here. I know that when they left, they were very, very pleased with every aspect of that broadcast, and I don't think it'll be our last one for sure. She's a special player, not only as a goal scorer, which is what most people recognize, but Colleen was up 3 years in a row amongst the tops in the country in assists as well. So she was an all-around player. Probably as important as any of that was the competitive spirit that she brought to the team, and just refused to lose. And so the program has gotten a lot better because of her. But we are a lot better at this point. We've got a lot of very good players. So, you know, she made a huge impact on this program. She will have the opportunity to go ahead and play further, and what she's, you know, really looking forward to as well. Whether it's in Europe or here in the States with the new Women's League, there's already been a few calls made to me inquiring about her. So there's interest from the new Women's Pro League here in Colleen, and I think that everybody in the country knows who Colleen is, and that leads to also everybody knowing what UD soccer's about too. Alicia had an incredible year this year, and she has always been a really good player for us. She's, first of all, a left footer, a left sider, and those are always good to have. Alicia's a little pit bull also, and she just is a battler, but she's very skillful, and her ability to get forward. Scored a goal or two as well, coming out of the back. That's pretty unusual. Very, very difficult to manage if you're playing against that. Her development this year was great. Her development from when she came in as a freshman was great, and again, the attitude that she brought, just that competitive spirit was phenomenal. We had a great senior class this year. Alexis Garcia was kind of the unheralded one, but playing in the middle of the midfield, Lex was kind of that player that really made us go. That link between the backs and the mids and the forwards, and she is someone that came into the program having had 3 ACL surgeries, and I don't think many people understand how difficult it was for her to pull off playing 4 years at such a very, very high level. And this year she topped it off by, I think, having really her best year ever. Catherine Boone, a 4-year goalkeeper for us. Catherine had an incredibly good career and topped it off this year really by playing very, very well and kind of pushing Jordan Melcher to new heights as well. So our seniors were fantastic, and very thankful for their 4-year contribution to UD soccer. We set high standards for ourselves in our program, and to not reach those goals is disappointing, but 14-4-2 is not a terrible year, but it doesn't meet our standards. So we're going to continue and try to do better and better, and that's going to be difficult because we also are scheduling some of the best teams in the country. Our upcoming schedule in the next couple of years is a who's who of college soccer. So it might be a little harder to get wins, but we'll get them. And the ideal goal is obviously to be playing for a national championship. Well, I think that this year we had a lot of challenges coming in. I mentioned the returning players. We lost 3 of our 4 starting defenders, and to see the improvement in the back in particular this year over the course of the year was phenomenal. We added a new coaching staff member in Courtney Sermons as a volunteer assistant, and then Brian Jankowski and Tiffany Hansen continuing to do such a phenomenal job as a staff for me was gratifying and makes my job a lot easier as head coach. But I just want to say thanks to all involved, to the people that were that are not always seen out front, from our equipment room to our sports info people, our athletic communication people, our athletic trainer. I mean, we're just first rate everywhere here, and that's why we're a top-notch program.